students, today I shall teach you a new chapter, that is sets. Okay, now see, first of all you should know the meaning of this chapter name. Okay, what is a set actually? A set is nothing but it's a well defined collection of objects. See, it's a well defined collection of objects. Okay, a set is a well defined collection of objects. Now see, we know what is collection of objects, but it's not a collection, it's a well defined collection of objects. Okay, so here you need to understand the meaning of well defined collection of objects. What do you mean by well defined collection? What does this term, this well defined collection, this term mean? That you should know to understand sets. Okay, so let's see some examples. Okay, when you see some examples, then it will be more easier for you to understand about this term, this well defined collection. Okay, see the first line, you see collection of vowels in English alphabets. This set contains 5 elements, that is A, E, I, O, U. See, collection of vowels in English alphabets. So it's a well defined collection of English alphabets. Okay, see the collection of vowels in English alphabet. So it's a well defined collection. That's why it is a set. Okay, see the next line, you see collection of all the teachers in a school. See, collection of all the teachers in a school. So it is also a well defined collection. See, collection of all the teachers in a school. Okay, collection of all the teachers of a school is a well defined collection. Okay, so it will be also a set. But now you see in the next line, you see collection of good teachers in a school. See, collection of good teachers in a school. See, of course it's a collection. See, here is written collection of good teachers in a school. It's a collection, but it's not a well defined collection. Why it's not a well defined collection? Because see, here is written collection of good teachers in a school. It's a collection, but it will not be a well defined collection, because you see collection of good teachers. See, it will not be a set, it will not be a well defined collection, because see collection of good teachers, good is vague. Okay, there is no specific criteria to determine whether the teacher is good or not, isn't it? Good is a measurable term. Good is not a measurable term. You cannot measure how much good a teacher is, how much good. Okay, so good cannot be measured. Good is not a measurable term. Okay, good cannot be measured. How much good? Okay, so collection of good teachers in a school, of course it's a collection, but it's not a well defined collection, because there is no specific criteria to determine whether a teacher is good or not. Good is not a measurable term. Okay, good is not a measurable term. You cannot measure it. Okay, good is not a measurable term. How much good a teacher is, how much good. Okay, so there is no specific criteria to determine whether a teacher is good or not. So it will not be a set. Okay, it will not be a well defined collection, so it will not be a set. In the next line, you see this written collection of Indian cricket players. Okay, so collection of Indian cricket players, it's a well defined collection, that is its sets. Now why it's a well defined collection? Yes, it's a well defined collection because there is some specific criteria to determine whether the cricket players are Indian or not. Whenever you see the name of any see the name of any cricket player, then in that time you can easily decide whether the cricket player is from India or any other country, whether they are Indian cricket players or they are cricket players from any other country. Okay, so there is some specific criteria to determine whether the cricket players are from India or not. With the next line, you see collection of good cricket players of India. See, collection of good cricket players of India. Now see how much good. Here is written collection of good cricket players of India. It's a collection, but it will not be a well defined collection, because how much good a cricket player is, how much good. Good cannot be measured. Good is not a measurable term. How much good. Okay, so there is no specific criteria to determine whether a cricket player is good or not. So it will not be a well defined collection. It's a collection, but it will not be a well defined collection, so it will not be a set. In the next line, you see collection of most talented writers of India. And see in the next line it is collection of all writers of India. Now you tell me which will be a well defined collection, that is sets, and which will be only collection. See, collection of most talented writers of India. See here is written collection of most talented writers of India. Is talent a measurable term? Can you measure talent? How much talent is there in a writer? Collection of most talented. Most talented means how much talent? How much talent is there? Is talent a measurable term? No, we cannot measure talent of anybody. Okay, we cannot measure talent of anybody. Okay, so there is no specific criteria to determine whether a writer is talented or not. Okay, but you see in the next one you see collection of all writers of India. Yes, it's a well defined collection. Why? Because whenever you see the name of a writer, you can easily decide whether the writer is Indian or not, whether the writer whether the writer is from India or any other country. So it's a well defined collection. It will be a set, because collection of all the writers of India, there will be some specific criteria to determine whether the writer is from India or any other country. Okay, so it will be a set. But collection of most talented writers, it will not be a, it's a collection, but it will not be a well defined collection, so it will not be a set. Okay, because talent cannot be measured. How much talent is there? So talent cannot be measured. Okay, so it will not be a well defined collection. See in the next line, collection of all questions in this chapter. So it's a well defined collection, so it will be a set. Why? Because collection of all the questions in this chapter. Now see, whenever you see a question, okay, whenever you see a question, you can easily decide whether from which chapter the question came, whether the question came from this chapter or any other chapter, whether the question came from this chapter or any other chapter. So there is some specific criteria by which we can determine whether the question came from this chapter or any other chapter. So it's a well defined collection, so it will be a set. Next line you see collection of all the prime numbers. This is also a well defined collection, because see whenever you see any number, okay, whenever you see any number, then you can easily decide whether the number is prime or any other, whether the number is prime or not, non-prime. Okay, whenever you see a number, you can easily decide by yourself that whether the number is prime or non-prime. So there is some specific criteria to determine whether the number is prime or not. So it's a well defined collection, that is, it's a set. So now see, collection of difficult topics in mathematics. See, collection of difficult topics in mathematics. Now see, difficulty cannot be measured. No, a topic in mathematics may be difficult for you, may not be difficult for others. A topic in mathematics may be difficult for me, may not be difficult for you. So difficulty cannot be measured. See, collection of difficult topics. Okay, so difficult is a vague term. It cannot be measured. Difficulty cannot be measured. How much difficulty? How much difficulty is this chapter? So difficult is not a measurable term. Difficulty is not measured. A chapter may be difficult for you, may not be difficult for me. So it depends upon arts. Okay, so difficult, there is no specific criteria to determine whether the topic is difficult or not. Yes, if I tell you to rub this difficult and collection of topics in mathematics, then it will be a well defined collection, because collection of topics in mathematics, whenever you see a topic, you can easily determine whether the topic is from mathematics or any other subject. Whenever you see any topic, you can easily decide from which subject the topic is from. The topic is from maths or any other subject. So collection of topics in mathematics is a well defined collection, it's a set. But collection of difficult topics in mathematics, it will not be a well defined collection, it will not be a set, because there is no specific criteria. There is no specific criteria to determine whether the topics in mathematics is difficult or not. A chapter may be difficult for you, may not be difficult for you. No. So difficulty cannot be measured. So it will not be a well defined collection, it will not be a set. So I think you have understood the concept of this well defined collection. Okay, you already know the meaning of collection, but maximum students are confused when they think about well defined collection. So this is all about well defined collection. I think you have understood. Okay, and see, from all this we can conclude one thing, that every set is a collection. Okay, every set is a well defined collection. So every set is a collection, but a collection is not necessarily a set. Every collection cannot be a set. Only well defined collection can be a set. So every set is a collection, but a collection is not necessarily a set. So I think the concept of this well defined collection is clear to you. You know the meaning of well collection, but maximum students are confused about the meaning of well defined collection. So this is all about the concept of well defined collection. I think you have understood. Now see, there are two ways of describing a set. You can write set in two ways. One is roster form or tabular form, and the other one is set builder form. Okay, both are similar ways, but and the main thing is, in roster form you can write you can represent a set directly. You can write the elements of set directly. Okay, directly you can write the set, write the elements of set directly. You can represent the set directly means you can write the elements in figures, in direct figures you can write the elements. And in set builder form, okay, you can in set builder form you can represent the set. You have to write the elements of set indirectly. Okay, indirectly means not in figures but in words. See, here you have to represent the, you can easily represent the set directly means we have to write the elements in figures. And in set builder form you have to represent the set indirectly means you have to write the elements not in figures but in words. You cannot write directly. Okay, here you can write directly in tabular form or in roster form. You can write the elements of a set directly means you can write the elements in figures, but in set builder form you have to write the elements of a set not in figures but in words. Okay, so let's see some examples. See, first of all, one thing to remember, that to write any set, okay, always you have to give this second bracket. Okay, one thing to remember, that second bracket always represents the set. Okay, second bracket always represents the set. So always you have to write the set or write the elements within second bracket. You cannot use first or third bracket. Second bracket only represents the set. Now see the examples. See, in tabular form or roster form you can directly represent the set. Directly means you have to write the elements in figures. See, set of vowels of English alphabet, so you can directly write the elements A, E, I, O, U. Next you see set E of all even natural numbers, so you can directly write the elements. You can directly write the elements in figures. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ... Okay, set of all even natural numbers, so directly you can write. See, directly you can write the elements in this roster form or tabular form. Directly you can write the elements, that is directly means you have to write the elements in figures. And in this case you see you have to write the elements indirectly means you have to write the elements in words, not in figures. Words means, see this set E of all even natural numbers, so you have written it as figures, the elements, but here you see you have to represent it as E equals to x such that, okay, these are symbol of such that. So x such that x is a natural number and x is equals to 2n means x is even for n belongs to natural number n. This means natural number. See, or it may be written like this: x such that x belongs to natural number n and x is even, that is x equals to 2n, where n also belongs to natural number n. So now see, here you cannot write the elements in figures. Okay, you have to write the elements in words, not in figures. Okay, here you can directly write the elements. Directly means you can write the elements in figures, but in this set builder form you have to write the elements in words, not in figures. Okay, now see another example. Suppose set A, this is written in what? So directly the figures are given to you. This means this is a roster form. It is written in a roster form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But whenever you have to write this, you have to convert it to roster form in set builder form. You see x such that x belongs to natural number n and x is less than equals to 5. So here you have to written in you have to write in this way. Okay, you cannot write direct figures in this set builder form. Okay, see some examples. See, set x is given to you 1, 1 by 4, 1 by 9, 1 by 16, 1 by 25. So if you have to convert, this is a roster form. See, directly the figures are given to you, the elements are given in the form of figures, so it's a roster form. Now if you have to write it as set builder form, so how can you write? See, 1 by n square, such that n belongs to n. Okay, see, the square numbers is going to be 1 by 1 square by 1 by 2 square. Okay, so this way you have to see another example. Set of all letters of word apple. So set of all letters of word apple. So if you have to write it in roster form. Roster form means directly you can write the figures, directly you can write the elements in figures. So the elements will be A, P, L, E. See, and see, here is 2p is given, but you have to write only 1p when you write the elements, because elements cannot be repeated. Okay, in the set there will be no repetition of elements. Okay, there will, in the set there will be no repetition of elements. That's why I have written 1p. So it's a what? It is a roster form. Directly we have written the elements in figure, but when we have to write it in set builder form, we cannot write it directly. We have to write the elements in words, not in figures. Words means, suppose x, such that x is a letter of word apple. Okay, so this is the set builder form and this is the roster form. So I think the concept of this set builder form and roster form is clear to you. Set builder means you have to write the elements in words, not in figures, directly in words. And tabular form or roster form means you have to write the elements of set directly means you have to write the elements of set in figures, and here in words. Okay, so this is all about roster form and set builder form. Both are same. In the roster form you have to write the elements directly in figures, and in set builder form you have to write the elements indirectly in words. Now see, there are various types of set. You see, the first one is empty set, void set or null set. Okay, empty set means empty, there will be no element, and denoted by phi, and in roster form phi is denoted by this second bracket, and in the inside there will be no element, that is empty. It's a empty set denoted by phi. See, so for example, x belongs to natural number such that x belongs to natural number such that x is greater than 5, less than 6. So this will be phi empty set. Why? Because within between 5 and 6 there will be no natural number. There will be some decimal, but there will be no natural number. So the answer will be phi here. Okay, then see, x such that x is an even prime number greater than 2. So there will be no even prime number greater than 2. Okay, 2 is the only one even prime number, so the set will be 5. This is one of the nulls, the example of null set. See, singleton set. Singleton set, from the name it will be clear that consisting of single element. Set 5 is a singleton set. See, infinite set consists of infinite elements. Suppose set of all natural numbers. Okay, set of all lines in a plane, so there will be no finite. Okay, then these are all infinite natural numbers, infinite natural numbers. Lines in a plane, you can find many points, many lines, infinite points. So these are all the examples of infinite set, infinite elements. Okay, and finite set means finite elements. Okay, suppose set of even natural numbers less than 100, set of even prime natural numbers. So these are very simple. Okay, and see, the last one is equal set and equivalent set, and here you have to understood the difference between the equal set and equivalent set. First, equal set, two sets A and B are said to be equal if every element of A is a member of B and every element of B is a member of A. Of course, suppose set A will be equals to set B if A, B, C. Suppose set A consists of this and set B consists of B, C, A. So now see, the elements of set A, all the elements of set A are equals to all the elements of set B. So set A is equals to set B. These are all equal sets. See the elements here, you have to see the elements. Okay, whenever you see the elements of both the sets are equal, then the sets will be equal. Okay, see the elements ABC, here also the elements are ABC. Okay, so whenever the elements of two sets are equal, so the two sets will be called as equal set. And see the equivalent sets. Two finite sets A and B are equivalent if their cardinal numbers are same, that is NA equals to NB. Cardinal number means number of elements. See, in the first case, in the case of equal sets, we are only concerned about the elements, but in case of equivalent sets, we are concerned about the number of elements. Okay, equivalent means similar, equivalent set means similar set. Suppose ABC is similar to what? 1 2 3. See, the number of elements are same, though the elements are not equal. Since the elements are not equal, they are not equal set, but see the number of elements are equal, so they are equivalent set, they are similar set. Suppose one example you see, suppose this is one triangle and this is also one triangle. So see, this one bigger triangle, this one smaller triangle. So since the measurements are not equal, so these two triangles are not equal, but these two figures are similar figures. Why? Because this is also a triangle of three sides, this is also a triangle of three sides. Though the measurements are not equal, the figures are not equal, but this is also the number of sides of these figures is also 3. This is also a triangle of three figures. Okay, so in case of equivalent also, equivalent similar sets also, you have to consider the number of elements. Though the elements are not equal, they are not equal. Okay, but see, this set consists of 3 elements, this set also consists of 3 elements. The number of elements are equal. Okay, so that's why in equal set we have to only concern about the elements, but in equivalent set, in similar set, we have to consider about the number of elements. Okay, whatever, if the number of elements of two sets are equal, then that will be called equivalent sets. Okay, so today up to this.